Alrighty folks, how y'all doing? What we have here today is I don't know when it was made, I don't know what brand, tandem axle, I think 7,000 pound equipment trailer. It's got a winch on it, appears to be home done, good. Tires are sunken in the dirt, probably don't hold air, we'll see. Don't know what shape the deck's in, I can't see it. So, got some neat family history to it I'll talk about later. Yeah. And if I don't kill myself, right, but we'll hook an air pump to this and see what happens. Alright, let's hook the truck to this thing, pray the jack works, and see what happens. It tried, hold on. Alright, let's see what we're dealing with here. Dad, fender's bent, we're gonna have to scrap it. Man, I think it's been sitting here for a minute.
Wait.
I thought it was a snake.
I know, I did too when I first saw it.
Thought we had a cottonmouth or a copperhead or nope, we got a daggum Ebola rope. Ebola rope? I don't even know what I'm saying. Hey, has this got pull-out ramps? No. It's just got mounts for them.
Ramps maybe out of that wood. It had a set of ramps.
Better bust it off. Well, I got a welder. You know, splinters.
Somebody backed into it. It wasn't like that one.
Huh? Dang, they folded this thing on up just. Yep, that made it worse. Oh well. Alright, let's take this bad boy to the house. On dirt roads. Not controlling the camera because it's sitting on the toolbox and I'm in the cab. What? Helps to tie it down, don't it? Let's see, we got one completely flat tire, 1, 3. The other 3 aren't all the same size. We'll see how this goes. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad. I think we care. As we can see, it's a very smooth pulling trailer. I think the flat spot might work its way out. You know, maybe not. We'll see. No, that one ain't. I think we got a tire not holding there either. That's fine. Well, made it home in one piece. Well, Dad, what you think? Have a flat spot? Alright, I know this ain't the best spot, but while we're here, let's see what we got. So, the winch works, the hitch is good. The connectors are just missing entirely. Winch is bound up. Oh no, it's fine. Need some blaster, it'll be good. I'm not worried about that. Let's see what we got here. Some nice pinstriping, good shape, no dents in the fenders. Some flare, makes it look good. Actually, yeah, what's the tag say? July 03, that ain't right. I don't know. Taillight might need some work. Tire no longer holds air. That tire, surprisingly, still holds air. Really like how this looks. I like that a lot. The swoop, the cut, the pizzazz. Now speaking of swoops and cuts, that don't look right. I must say it's because the whole thing is shaped like that. Might have something to do with right here. I don't know. That's busted out. I must drop some heavy on this thing. You can see it better under there. Huh. This fender's straight. Got the professional adjustment done on it. Tire is that thing holding air? No? Why is it? I don't know. That one seems to be holding some air. Hey, we got a spare tire mount. That makes it all worth it. The deck. I'm gonna call it shot just from how long it's sat. Let me take the shoe off. Actually, that doesn't feel... Feels pretty solid. How about over here? Less solid. Okay, yeah, this probably needs to get redecked. Know where I can get some aluminum decking from a company I used to work at. I wonder if they still sell it. They never sold much of it, so they may have just gotten rid of it. Alright, so, but free trailer. So it needs lights, wires, wait, no, lights, wires, that's how you count, tires. I want to see about that winch, what kind of shape it needs. I'm going to call the jack fine. I ain't worried about that thing. And I need to look through the bearings, because there is no telling when the last time those were greased. This is... Hold on. Let's check the rims. Seems to me as we have mismatched rims. You want to know what I'm going to do about that? Absolutely jack. So that's fine. I'm going to back this trailer. Back the trailer over there near the work area. And I'm going to go ahead and cut the camera off and call it a night because it's getting dark. I want to go inside, take a shower. Alright folks, I don't know how long it's been since I've stopped working on the trailer project. We got it back. I parked it out of the way and that was kind of all I could do for now. But I got tires for it. Now y'all may notice these are not the same rims. And this is not my backyard. And that's not the trailer. So I got this peanut wagon from the same guy I got the unibody from, as you can see where it was sitting, and it's junk. It's it ain't good. The other thing about it is it's full of, if I can get up here without killing myself, yeah, wood. And, well, I could use a new workbench, and the trailer, scrapping this thing is going to have some decent value to it. So my figuring is I can take this trailer, or wagon, yeah, scrap it, swap the rims, and that'll more or less pay for the tires. Hopefully. And if not, well, it was a valuable learning experience and still saved me a fair amount of money. So, it'll be what it's going to be. And before anyone says anything about me getting rid of some good stuff, rust holes all through there, that's been patched, not very well. All that is rotted out. Although the actual floor of the trailer may be okay, but I don't need a peanut wagon. The tongue's bent, as you can see. It just does not matter to me. So we're gonna jack this thing back up, put the wheels on, and we're fixing to give the Polter truck a workout pulling this thing, because a little half-ton truck, peanut wagon full of lumber, and as a matter of fact, there's actually some roofing metal stacked fairly nicely in here, so that'll be handy. But I got to get this back to my house and unloaded, and then loaded with scrap. So let's see how this goes. All right, now I'll put y'all on a stand, and I think we might do a time lapse. Time lapse be fun? Okay, we'll do a time lapse. That sounds great. Alright, so we got all the tires on. Everything seems to roll good except for this one, and that one's real crunchy. I actually had to put just a little bit of force to, not on the tire before I put the tire on, but to rotate. I had to put a little force and kind of broke loose. So we're going to drive real slow and pray that holds together. Aside from that, everything else rolled well. And I guess what I'll do is just pick up all this wood, or not all of it, some of this ain't mine. Pick up my wood, put it in the back of the truck, and hook up and go. I guess that's the best thing for us to do, so I'm going to put the camera down so I can get all this done real quick and hooked up, and we'll get out of here. Alright, let's see how this train wreck goes. Well, I had a pin. Wasn't the right size, so I took a chipping hammer I made out of a hunk of rebar and some cold roll in welding school, and I stuck that in there. Sticks out far enough, it should be strong enough. I ain't got a pin in the bottom, that might be a problem, but I don't think we're gonna have any real issues, I hope. I'll stop periodically as we go down the road and check it, but I will not be going very fast trying to pull this thing, and I'm going to be taking it very, very gentle, so we'll see how this goes. Like it ain't even there. Whew. Well, I guess that's a good enough test. Hopefully it'll work. I got dog dew in my shoe I gotta get out. And I'll start heading that way. If something interesting happens, I'll try to film it, but probably not. So we'll just keep the camera off and maybe it'll be okay. Right? Right. Alright, we're pulling out. I got one bearing I know is bad on this thing, or at least will be by the time I get to the house, so we're just gonna have to take this real daggone slow. I'm in first gear. Let's see if I can make this turn back out onto the main road. Did I mention I've never pulled a wagon before? Anyways, okay, that went well. 10 mile an hour. Second gear. And that's all the speed. Alright, well, I'll update you when I got something else to say. Well, our hitch seems to be holding up. It ain't bent, and that was... It just got all the worst of the beating it's gonna get. Only ran like 15 mile an hour, so if something's heating up now, we're just screwed. But I feel like I should check. Oh yeah, everything's cool, which I mean it should be, but well, always worth checking. All right, now I can get on to a highway, and of course they put a roundabout in where I'm gonna be going, so whoop-de-doo, and they're doing construction on it. That's gonna be fun. Still safer than the alternative, so alright, checking again. Everything seems to be good. I'm fixing to come up on the... Yeah, it's fine. That's good. And that's holding together. So, this is going concerningly well. I'm gonna get back in the truck and take off, because not too far down the road is where all these sketchy crap is. So, yeah. Burning up some gasoline is what we're doing, but we're most of the way there. Alright, let's go. Yay! Daggum construction. This is a roundabout they've been putting in here, because this has been a nasty daggum intersection for years. I guess they're hoping this will help, and well, make it through without killing myself and everybody else. As long as there ain't many people go through, it shouldn't be bad. See this? A few people go through. Well, I got the chance. Let's go. Help me. Well. Huh. Well, maybe I was being dramatic. I don't know. No, it can't be that. Anyways, back to trying not to die. Well, the old truck did a good job. That was heavy. We didn't die. And that's still together, so we're just going to leave it. We got it back. And, you know, I was able to turn it around, but I can't back it up all the way to where I want. Oh, see the trailer over there. So now I got to figure out how to unload this thing. But right now, it's lunchtime, and I'm hungry. So we'll see how that goes. But while I'm here, all the other bearings are staying cool, but I actually... Yep, that one's fine. That'll make the trip to the scrapyard A-okay. We ain't worried about it blowing out. Alright, well, I'm gonna get something to eat, and I'll see y'all later. Or in a few minutes, or seconds, or actually, I don't know. Alright, well, had a bite to eat. Got stuff laid out. Gonna pull this crap out of here.
And I'm just gonna put the camera down and get after this one. Alright, so yeah, I'll be back when this is empty. Right now. Well, there was just a little bit of wood in here. I tried stacking it nice, and that started to take so long I had to keep moving, so we just kind of dealt with it. Got some good ply. A lot of this wood's actually good. And there's enough roofing metal here. I mean, there's a pile that I could actually build my own pole barn to work under when I get moved to my new house. I won't have to be borrowing everybody else's space. That's gonna be great if that works out. Now I gotta load that thing back up with scrap metal. And I think I know why they are using it for what that works, because that I don't know if y'all can see it, but something mangled it right there. At least I guess. Anyways, I'm gonna take care of loading it back up with scrap metal, and hopefully I can get it to the yard today. We'll see. Alright, well, I'm hauling off. I was able to put just a few things back there because I'm running out of time. I can't drive real fast, and it's gonna take me 15-20 minutes to get to the yard. Normally doing 65, and I'm gonna do 40-45. So anyways, it's back there. Hopefully I can get the crap off of it. Anyways, we'll see. Yeah, better get them tires. Anyways, I'll see y'all when I get back, maybe when I get there. I don't know. It's gotta be kind of a pinch to film. Alright. Well, of all the times to have a daggum funeral procession in the middle of nowhere, that ain't well, that could be worse. I wonder where they're going. Because, I mean, there really ain't much that way. Yeah. Anyways. Well, it's something neat, I guess. I don't know. Here we go. Well, the trailer is off in the distance. And I got tires sitting in the back of the truck, and we can get the heck out of here. A whole $153. Those tires cost me $380. So, well, I've been scrapping some other stuff and putting it back for this, so I guess it'll work out. Just to give y'all a reality on what this was. This really was just to put a dent in the cost of the tires instead of really pay for them. I was hoping I could get a little more, but yeah, it wasn't real heavy and I didn't get to load it like I wanted to, so actually I took more metal out of it than I put in it, so yeah, that ought to tell you. But I gotta get onto the house because I ain't gonna be able to make it to the tire store today, I don't think. Anyways, we'll see. Alright, so we're back at the trailer. I gotta get these junk tires and wheels off both sides, and I'll get these off, and I need to figure out how to get these fenders cut off, because if you can't tell, they're kind of sort of shot. Literally falling apart. I mean, they're done. I'll probably run without them for a little while, but I should make my own. But if I do, they're going to be heavier than this, which I got the stuff to do, because that don't last. Obviously, I'm going to use a little different design. And I'm also want to put some bars coming out right here. That way, if I catch something, well, you can see where it's happened to this one. If I'm going through the woods or a tight spot and I catch something, it'll just kind of push the trailer sideways instead of pushing things in and bending stuff. Might have to cut this off and put a heavier piece on it too, because it don't, I mean, heck, it only goes to right here. It's just welded to, heck, it ain't even welded right there. So it ain't much. So we'll work on figuring out how to reinforce this too. Of course, you can make guards for the tail lights. I got some new ones, some LEDs from the Harbor Freight. Because, well, I don't know if you can tell or not, but these are done. Got some clamps so I can help put that back together. Yeah, so well, right now I need to worry about getting the tires. I'm gonna put the camera down to deal with that because I need to get this done real quick so I can deal with the mess over there. Yeah, turns out dumping a whole barn's worth of lumber just all willy-nilly, yeah, you're gonna have to pick that up later. Who'd have thought? Anyways, I'll be back when I got an update. Alright, I got the driver's side up. This one, believe it or not, still tight, so that's good. Rolls well and I don't hear anything. This one does need some adjustment. If you can, just a little, it ain't bad. And it rolls, no crunchies. Something rolling around in the tire. But I'm gonna go ahead and take these loose and go to the other side. We'll see how those are. Alright, we got this side. Rolls good. Rolls good. Sounds like it has something in the tire for some reason. Yeah. Alright. That one's loose. This one's good. So we'll get these off and get ready to load all the tires up. Okay. Alright, well, got the wheels off. We can actually see what we're working with here. We got busted, tore off, 1, 2. So everything through there is tore off. That's broke off, but it's actually welded through that top piece into the angle on the other side. Sounds like somebody just shot a deer. I hope. That needs to get cut out because this is welded over this between. This is actually welded between a piece of this and that, which means that's gonna be a pain in the butt. So I need to cut these two welds and cut those two. One there and one same over there on that angle. And these, but okay, there's one there. This shouldn't be bad. Ain't like we're doing delicate work here. It's all tore up. So I'm gonna get the grinder and get to grinding. So we'll see how bad this ends up being, but probably won't be much. Ready? Okay, let's go. Well, if you can't tell, the driver's side one did not want to come off. Because what they had done is this part right here, they had welded all the way down. So I couldn't get to it. Not with this piece in there, and I couldn't cut this without taking this off of that, so I just said heck with it and cut this whole section out. I'm either going to weld it back in and reinforce it, which is an option, or I'm going to take this piece of tubing here and weld it in, and I might do it on the other side too to give a good tie point, but we'll see. There's something stronger, I guess I meant. Either way, I gotta work on cleaning these up because I had to cut these, gotta finish cutting these welds out and get it cleaned up. Anyways, I will be back in a second, or whenever. Alright, well, I can put these on. Can't do anything else right now because I can't make any noise. So, let's see if this will just... Hey, it works. Also, soldered and heat shrunk those just to be good and sure, because I plan on using this thing a lot and might as well do it right. Now I gotta do the other side. So, I'll do that and be back. Alrighty, so here's the plan. I'm gonna take a angle grinder and I'm gonna cut, really just try to cut the bar off as best I can If I can cut the weld, that's going to be good. If not, I'll just cut this whole thing off so it's just a triangle the same shape as this sitting on top. And I've 3D printed this little jig. Not my best work by any stretch of the imagination. Don't worry, that crap in there's just from making sure drilling it out, be sure it'll fit. I'll set down on top, and I've got a hole saw with a pilot bit taken out to keep it from wandering or breaking the bit. I'm going to run through across that piece, which means we'll be able to just set this right on top and weld it in, hopefully. I'm going to cut this section off right here, and we'll see if it'll work. Ready? All right, let's go. Alright, well, the short story is, that didn't work. I can't, it gets too much of a bite, believe it or not, and it stalls and nothing does right, and it tries to pull it out of whack, and this does things. Basically, this don't work. Cutting it off was the right way. That worked fine enough, but the actual drilling it, not so much. So I might have to back up and punt. Still got to get this off, so I may... Either way this rail's going to go, so... I'll put y'all up, cut this out, and come back when I have a better idea. Sound good? Okay, let's go. Alright, I don't know how well y'all are going to be able to see this, because it's actually getting pretty daggum dark. I can barely see. But what I ended up doing is I took a piece of flat bar that I just had, I ran all the way down and tied it in with that piece of angle. Tied it in down there. I'm going to weld in the bottom, and I'm going to stitch weld, just because I don't know how much wire I have, all the way down this pipe. And of course, it'll be fully welded on each of the pieces of angle. And that should be a pretty daggum stiff connection, I hope. We'll find out. And I'll put a piece of tubing over there because might as well make it match. And if I can, I'm actually going to take another piece of flat bar and run it down like that to match the angle. If I can, but we'll see. Anyways, I'll come back when I have an update. Probably tomorrow, because right now it's dark. Alright, we got that side all welded up. I don't know how well y'all are going to be able to see. Not well. We got the undersides and the top sides welded up. I've just done this side of the tubing. I plan on coming back in the other side and probably adding more weld, but I only got 2 pounds when I started, so a fresh 2-pound spool, but only 2 pounds nonetheless. So I'm kind of doing what I can. So we'll definitely come back and weld all that in. I need to weld that too later, and hopefully that tonight. But for now, this side's functional. Need to put a bar back there as well. But like I said, this is just getting it functional enough to make a run to the scrapyard to get rid of all of this and some other stuff. I'm going to put this on this side because they need to be even and it would match the rigidity. Plus, if I need to set something on top of the rails, they don't need to sit like this. Of course, then I'll cut them so that these match this angle. You know, it should look fairly decent. As y'all can see, I got the lights in today. I couldn't finish that last night. I was welding in the dark, and well, it turns out not the easiest thing to do. I got my lights fixed, and I don't know how well y'all can see that, but you can probably really see it, but we're gonna have to figure that out. Hopefully that won't be too bad. Should be able to get it done tonight. I can't wash it out just because literally don't have time or light, but getting it welded back up should be a piece of cake, I hope. I don't know, this whole thing's bent and I really don't have the tools to do it right, but we'll see what I can do. Alright, I'll be back probably when I'm done with that, and probably trying to figure out how to clamp this up. Alright, okay. Alright, y'all can see got it welded up all the way down. Just put a little weld where each of the supports were, and then one on each end. That'll be enough for now. Like I said, I'm going to go back and add more. At least one extra on both sides. But for tonight, to get this thing back on the road, this will be enough. There is going to be a part 2. I'm going to be building fenders. So I'm going to be building fenders, redecking, repainting, giving this trailer the works, because it needs it. I need it. And try to put out a video every 2 weeks, and this is just full-time job, kind of puts a hurting on it, you know? Yeah. Anyways, but I'll if this isn't done by this upload, then the next one we'll have this whole thing redone. Alright? Okay. Glad y'all understand. Gotta figure that end out now. Alright. I got this corner welded up as best I can. There's a broke weld there, and the one that didn't look very good anyways. Right there, so I just re-welded that. Actually, there wasn't much there to re-weld. It just wasn't much weld. And this failed. So I beat it back as close as I could, and then I had to pile a lot on there to get it to fill the gap. And there was I got this as close as I could. You can see it ain't even, but my options are C-clamps and big hammers, and it's kind of all I got. So this is just as straight as we're gonna get. And in the grand scheme of things on this trailer, this is fine. This ain't gonna hurt nothing. As long as the welds hold, this is okay. There was a weld that ran right there that obviously I can't get to do. So I put one right here instead. Just, that should hold it. It'll be okay. I hope. There really wasn't much holding this on. It was literally this here and a weld right there. So I've kind of done it up as best I could. I've got smoke there. There was a fire here. I think this is just smoldering. It'll be fine, I'm sure. I've also got those cut down. Not perfect. That's why I'm showing you from here. Because you can see from a distance, it's good enough-ish. Kinda. It functions, probably. Anyways, it's probably going to be it for tonight. I'm trying to think of what else I can do. I don't know. It's late. We'll see what the heck's happening. I'll figure something out. Okay. Bye. Well, I don't know if y'all can tell or not, but it is dark 30 and I'm back out here. The next day, of course, I had this all laid out where I was going to be able to get back. I'd be back home about 4:45, and I'd be able to get all this done before dark, and I could load the trailer up, and I could go to the fire department meeting and do what all I needed to do. Everything would be okay. And folks started setting stuff on fire. And that didn't happen. So, I still need to have this video up by Saturday at 8 o'clock. Dang it, I'm tired. Anyways, the Scrapyard is only open from 8 to 4:30. Well, guess when the Georgia Forestry Commission's open? So, I kind of got to have this thing loaded and ready to go so I can drop it off during lunch break. So here we is. Anyways, I'm going to put this camera down and everything's going to magically fix itself and I shall go on with my shenanigans. Oh yeah, and they had to put tubes in the tires because it turns out those are so rotted they couldn't actually do much with them. Anyways, it works. Only cost me an extra 60 bucks? It wasn't bad. Anyways, I'll do some wheeling, dealing, and finagling, and I wanted to actually film loading the trailer, but that may not happen. I sure pray that these works, and my brother's calling me. Alright, we got lights, we got a moron with a camera, we got action. I'm gonna pull it around to the scrap pile that you can definitely see over there and load up some of the stuff I don't need. Then I'm gonna go to another spot and load some more stuff up. Things I do to keep an arbitrary schedule that's not making me any money. Yep. Okay, anyways, let's go get this done. Alright, it's morning. I'm fixing to go to work. And I got it loaded up as best I could. And this is going to be a case of the drive slows. But none of this is actually going to come off. Probably. You know the drill. Take back roads the whole way and avoid everybody. And, well, that's the only way to get to my work anyway, so, you know, makes things easy. Anyways, I'm gonna get going. I'll either see y'all at the scrapyard or when something interesting happens. Alrighty, good, good. Alright, well, we made it. And cold bearing, lights work. Never saw them mess up. Cold bearing. Everything went great, actually. I think I lost I didn't want to have to carry this like this, but I kind of just how it was on there, and I was right. Nothing really came off except for, I think probably I lost a soda can somewhere, and there was a rusted out coffee can. I mean, I say rusted out, I mean it was like that one. And it came off the trailer right as it made the last turn, and a cop came by just as it left the road, but fortunately it's foggy, so I don't think he noticed, and my liver's somewhere in my throat now, so we're just not gonna worry about that. But aside from that, I mean, the trailer pulls wonderfully. This thing is, it might not look like much, but this is probably one of the best pulling trailers I've ever had to deal with. So this is doing great. I'll update you at the scrapyard, I guess. And I really should have knocked the slag off those welds. Well, too late now. Oh well. Well, I'm down here at the scrapyard, and they had this old Thomas skid steer. Said the guy dropped it off because the pump went bad, and eventually, and it used it like that for a while, and then the engine gave out. Got 4 cylinders of boat in it, and I should be able to get a new one of those low hour running real cheap. So I might talk to this about it. I mean, it's not in good shape, but it's should function. Crush my hand eventually. I mean, hey, worst case scenario, I guess I could do a daggum predator conversion. You never know. It's worth looking at. Anyways, we'll see. Well, leaving the scrapyard. Had a gross weight of 6,660 pounds. With the, basically I dropped off a whole 920 pounds. 37 bucks. Not bad. Definitely worth it. Better than taking it to the landfill because, hey, I got a couple bucks and got rid of some trash I didn't need. Anyways, I'm off to work. I will see y'all at the house. And we'll finish talking about the trailer and wrap up this video. Ready? Alright, let's go. Alright, well, I'm heading back to the house. Got the trailer. Dang thing's just pulling phenomenally. I tell you, I am thrilled to death. This is awesome right here. But, you can't really see it running out that window. But I will try to show y'all behind me without looking because I can't see what it's doing through the camera. Anyways, I'll see y'all back at the house. We'll talk a little bit more about what I'm going to be doing with it, and we'll wrap this video up. So, I'll see you then. Well, folks, there it is. Trailer's back on the road. Needs to have the wiring tied up and needs new decking, but I think I got the decking taken care of. I have some more welding I'd like to do, but I gotta wait for the wire to get here. I plan on making some fenders, do a couple other things. But for now, I mean, hey, I lost the license plate. Well, there that is. Anyways, these boards might need to be replaced because this wasn't there when I left. I mean, you know, I know it's plenty solid, but we're gonna have to do something about, you know, just to be safe. So I'm gonna weld down this side of this tubing. I'm gonna cut these ends, make them look nice. When I redeck it, I'm gonna repaint it. Do something about this jack hitting here. So these wires are all need to have to be gone through. I just flat didn't have time and forgot about it. Pick your excuse. Yeah, put a new cable on this, and we'll have ourselves a heck of a trailer. I'd like to get a spare tire and some ramps, but for now, I think we're doing pretty good. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and if you didn't, well, hope you at least learned something. Otherwise, well, I'm just sorry. Anyways, I'll see y'all in the next episode.